And speaking of the hostages, you know, the posters of the hostages have tugged at our heartstrings. They are a reminder of the horrors of the Hamas terrorists. You know, the way we've been seeing them has been not just on the storefronts and in light posts, but some of those people have been tearing those down. One way to stop the tearing down of them is take a look at this. That's actually not New York, that's in San Francisco. In San Francisco, you can see they are being projected on one of the buildings in downtown San Francisco. A group of Israeli-American activists have been doing that, not just in the city by the Bay, but also in New York City, in Washington and San Francisco, trying to send a message that the hostages are always remembered. Those activists join us now. Or Wakin and Aviad Sporer here in the studio. Or an Aviad, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for
It's amazing what you're doing, but first let's start with the passing of Rosalind Carter. She was at Camp David during the negotiation of the Camp David Accords. She said she thought they'd be there for 4 days. They were there for 12 days. So she was very much a part of it. What are your thoughts on the passing of the First Lady who was so involved in the Camp David Accords?
Thank you, Eric. We first want to express our condolences for the passage of Ms. Rosalind. Her and her husband, President Carter, were and are true friends of Israel, and we appreciate them for that, as we appreciate the great support of President Biden now.
Do you see a parallel with today, with the sense of trying to do something that seemed impossible? And here they get Menachem Begin and Anwar Sadat together, talking to at least achieve some sort of peace at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a huge achievement back then, and it still holds until today, which is really, really amazing. And it's important not only for Israel and Egypt, it's important for the whole region.
And now, of course, we have the terrorists of Hamas, something that since the Nazis, the world hasn't seen. And you have been answering some of these people who have been tearing down the posters, as they do, by projecting, and let's show some of those pictures, by projecting these huge posters on top of buildings across the country. Why have you decided to do that? And, or how did you start?
So the representatives of the hostages' families in Israel have contacted us to project those images on buildings, and it started on the United Nations building. And of course, we couldn't say no to that. As an Israeli here in the US, it's very difficult to be here and not be with our brothers and sisters in Israel. So the least we could do is help out carry those projections. The atrocities that happened on October 7th, carried by Hamas, are not only atrocities against Israel, but those are crimes against humanity. And we wanted to use our means and our profession to bring awareness to what happened by projecting images and names and the ages of 9-month-old Kfir on this building. People that see it can relate to that and think maybe it could have been my child, it could have been my spouse, it could have been my grandparents, and that's the reason that we do that.
Aviad, what's the reaction when people see that? These are hundreds of feet in the air on top of buildings. You did it at the United Nations. You've done it in buildings in New York City and in Washington, D.C.
Right. To be honest, we get only good reactions so far. We never had issues. We believe it's important to create that awareness. Not even everybody understand what happened and what happened on October 7th. And the reason we do it is really to create awareness, to put it out there, to erase the moral of, Western world and the people that really cares about this.
What do you think about the people who are out there tearing the posters that are on the light posts down? When you see the videos of them ripping them off, what would you tell them?
Well, what would you think if a kid 4 years old from Brooklyn or from the Upper West Side was missing for 40-something days, and people were tearing posters of his parents asking, did you see him? What would you think about that? This is exactly what we feel about those people. It's shameful, it's disgraceful, it's to be honest, it's unheard of, and it makes us all angry. And personally, I can't believe people are, so bad. Doesn't matter what you believe in. How can you tear off a picture of a kid or a grandma from the walls?
I want to even double down on what Aviad is saying. So I want to ask you, would you think that those people would tear down a poster of a lost pet? Right? So I think that we both know the answer, that they wouldn't do that. And that they're tearing those posters because those people are Jewish, because those people are Israeli. And I personally think that this is anti-Semitism. Those people are ignorant and they're anti-Semites.
And you're going to keep going with the projections?
We're certainly going to keep going. We're going to squeeze any opportunities that we have to bring awareness and support our brothers and sisters in Israel.
Warwakin and Avid Spor, we'll look forward to your next display. Don't tell us where it is. Let us know afterwards as you continue to fight for the hostages and fight against the horrors of Hamas. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.